Okay, so I just got done reading chapter 15 about different cultures and having to be aware when you're doing public speaking and talking to an audience with a lot of different cultures. So the first question is, what challenges do you see speaking to these different cultures? So the first one can be not having a good understanding of their culture. You can say something that you don't know is offensive and it can come off as offensive. You may stereotype and not mean to. You need to use sensitivity and be aware of the culture. You really need to study and practice and know what you're doing. And honestly, it's really easy to make a mistake and not even mean to do so. You cannot know what's what. Like we talked about in previous chapters, different hand gestures mean different things for different places. Different words mean different things for different cultures. So if you know that you're going to have and speak to a lot of culture, make sure that you are doing your research, because you don't want to stereotype on accident and you don't want to do anything to make them uncomfortable. As I have said before, you want to be able to really have a good speech and make sure that you're getting across to all audiences. Don't gender stereotype, don't culture stereotype, don't do anything that's wrong. So some of the things that I read in the chapter that were helpful in solving this issue was, of course, sensitivity and respect. You need to have respect for that culture. You need to be sensitive, make sure you're knowing what you're saying, as we talked about earlier. And don't be prejudiced. So a lot of people don't know what prejudice means, but this is just the same thing as discriminating in a way. There can be negative prejudice, and a lot of people, obviously don't take that the right way because it's not a good thing to do. You need to also research, so make sure you're doing your research on that culture, make sure you're double checking what you're saying, make sure that you're not using like hate or anything like that, and then know your rules and what to say and what not to say, and know your facts and statistics. Don't use what you've heard off the internet and base it all around that. Be like, oh, I heard this culture does that. No, make sure you actually know your facts and statistics and that they're actually reliable. And that's all I have. Thank you guys.